Hello, my name is Stephen Nesmith and this is Retrospective for our project's process. What went well on our project based off our original plan? Our team finished our project. For the most part, we stayed on track with our original schedule and we were able to finish all of the sponsor's needs. The diagram to the right is a cumulative flow diagram of the entire project. In teal, it shows the amount of tasks we had opened and started throughout the project. And in purple, it shows what we had completed. As you can see, we were close to finishing all of our project's tasks. Our team made great use of all of the tools available to us. We used Confluence to keep track of all of the documents, meeting notes, project plans, and reports. Jira helped us keep track of every task so we could finish without doing duplicate work and stay on track. And we used Bitbucket to make our coding go as smooth as possible with providing version control to our front and back end branches. Our team did a very good job at estimating possible risks and we did everything we could to reduce the chances of them happening. From allocating more time to the project to communicating more with the sponsor and each other, our team did a fantastic job at reducing the potential problems. What changes were made to our original plan and why? We had to push back some of our milestones due to the sheer amount of work that was needed to complete them, and we didn't plan out enough time for them. Pushing them back allowed the team to focus more on core functionality of the project rather than the nice-to-haves of the project. Our team had lost two of its original members coming into the spring semester and had picked up two new members. This was a problem because our team had to ramp up the new members very quickly, and we did not plan out time for that, so we had to talk to our sponsor about reducing the scope. Our project scope was reduced to remove all of the nice-to-have features and focused more on the must-have features, which was determined through sponsor meetings throughout the semester. What could have been further improved if we were to start over? Our team would work more on defining a manageable scope with core functionality as its basis. We would give ourselves more time to plan out our project and give better estimations of the work needed. We would also plan for the event of losing or gaining new team members, which may not happen, but it will give us more time to speed up the team members, and if we don't end up using the time, it'll be put on the end of the project as a buffer. We would give ourselves more testing time. Our testing phase was rushed and wasn't done effectively, as we had liked. We would set up a testing plan to follow and give ourselves the proper time to find and fix code bugs and problems. And now I'll pass it over to Josh, who will be talking about our design and architecture.
Hello, I am Joshua Lyons and I will be discussing the design and architecture portion of the design retrospective. To begin, I will answer three main questions. What went well? What changes the team made and why? And what could have been further improved? For the Spaceflight Traveler project, the areas that went well are the Java backend and the UI design. The team designed the backend to be a RESTful API built using Java. The reason for this was most of the team is experienced in Java and we thought it would be a good idea to stick to something we knew to minimize the risk of the project. This ended up being a great idea as the backend worked right from the beginning. Another thing that went well was the UI design. The team designed the UI and it stayed the same from the beginning. We ended up removing and adding components, but the original look and feel was kept throughout. Next, I will discuss what changes were made and why. We decided against our original plan of using Amazon's DynamoDB as we didn't want to be coupled to their database. If the customer decided to use the Traveler system offline, then the data would be unreachable. Because of this, we moved to MongoDB, which is a document-based DB like Dynamo, but it can be installed on any server the customer decides to use. Another change was the decision to move to using Docker containers versus just having the apps running on the server. We decided on this for ease of setup on the customer's end, as well as the ability to move from server to server as needed just by using a script file for installation and uninstallation. Finally, I will discuss what could have been further improved. The main issue from a design and architecture perspective that could have been improved was our decision to use React.js. While React is a powerful front-end library, the poor documentation and steep learning curve was a nuisance for the team. Luckily, we had Mary on the team who picked it up quickly and did most of the front-end development, with a few of the others working alongside to help. Next up is Andrew, who will discuss the tools portion of the retrospective.
Hello, my name is Andrew, and I'll be talking about tools. What worked well was the use of Jira to organize our team Scrum board and the backlog. It really made our organization very nice and simple. People were assigned tasks, and their progress was indicating as time went on, and the backlog was also very organized well. The next thing that went very well was the members were held accountable by each other member. So when a task was given, other members checked on the members to see how they were doing, and if they needed any help, they did all they could to help. Also, we used Bitbucket and Confluence, which made our coding and collaboration very easy. We just pulled and pushed out of the Bitbucket whenever needed, and Confluence helped us in editing our documents online without having to download it. The changes that were made was that the first one was the most important thing, which is the human resource. We changed some team members, and the other some team members had to join later on, and they had to be kept in speed with what's going on. With our communication, we plan of using Slack for communication with team members, but at a point in time, since new members joined, we had to use Skype sometimes to give them visual demonstration of what's going on. Also, we had to change our AWS account because the account was in the name of one of the team members that left, so we had to change it to a new team member. If we were to start this project over, there are a few things that we could have improved on. The first thing is team communication. Slack was a very good tool. However, some team members were not able to communicate through Slack all the time, so we could have changed something about that. Also, we think that next time we'll change the AWS account to the industry partner's name so that it doesn't have to be changed again when we are done.
Thanks, Andrew. Here I'll discuss our teamwork during the project. Communication is a big deal, obviously, when it comes to teamwork, and our group's really good at that. Some of us have been in groups in previous classes, which helps. Our Slack communication's almost constant, with it not being uncommon for us to reach over 100 total messages in just a day. We did have an issue with a group member not receiving notifications early in the semester, which led to some miscommunication. So that'd be something we'd want to improve on in another project. We had some team personnel changes from first to second semester, which was tough, with 2 members leaving and 2 being added. I was proud of our team that we were able to adjust to that and stepped up and delivered a finished product that met our sponsors' needs. In the future, I believe we need a better plan to get new members up to speed. It was a big adjustment for some of them, coming into a new code base with a new language they've never used before, and that probably affected us later on. Finally, let's talk about the work produced. I won't mention names here, but as a whole, our team produced great work, both quality and quantity that met our sponsors' needs. Of course, things can be improved. There were some members that did not produce the same amount of code, but I think that came from not being comfortable with the code base initially. So something we can improve on would be if someone's having problems like that, make sure they communicate that with the team to let them know, and figure out a solution to fix those problems so it isn't holding the other team members back. So that's all we got for our team's retrospective. Thanks for watching.